Diddy thought he had this in the bag. And honestly, who could blame him? The man was sitting in a low-security prison up in Fort Dix, New Jersey, reportedly telling his fellow inmates that a presidential pardon was coming his way early this year. That's the kind of confidence you only have when you think you've got a direct line to the Oval Office. And for a while, it looked like he might be right. Back in October, sources told Deadline that Trump was seriously considering a pardon before Diddy's sentencing even happened. Trump himself, in interviews, kept teasing the idea, reminiscing about how the two of them used to run in the same New York social circles. "I would certainly look at the facts," he said, "whether they like me or don't like me." But then came the letter. Diddy actually wrote to Trump directly, personally requesting clemency. And instead of granting it, Trump brought it up in a New York Times interview like it was gossip. He said Diddy asked me for a pardon through a letter, then dangled it in front of the reporter. "Oh, would you like to see that letter?" And never actually showed it to anyone. That's not just a rejection. That's Trump turning Diddy's most desperate, vulnerable moment into a talking point. Fast forward to July 2026, and the roller coaster wasn't over. As part of what the White House was calling its 250 pardons for 250 years push around Independence Day, Diddy's name reportedly came back up in private conversations at the highest levels of government. Sources told CBS News that Trump was privately discussing clemency for Combs again, even while his own pardons team wasn't putting Diddy's name on the official recommendation list. So picture the scene. Trump sits down Friday afternoon with his advisors. He signs pardons for 6 people convicted of emissions violations, people he says were persecuted by the Biden administration for, in his words, fixing their car. 6 random guys with Clean Air Act violations get their freedom back. And Diddy, once again, left out in the cold. Not on the list. Sentence stands. Currently set to run until February 2028. Here's what makes this so brutal for Diddy specifically. This isn't a one-and-done rejection. This is the second, maybe third time Trump has dangled the possibility in front of him and then pulled it back. First the public teasing before the trial. Then the letter that got turned into an anecdote instead of an answer. And now this private discussions that leaked to the press, hope that built right back up, only to get flattened again by a list full of car mechanics. And the White House's own statement almost rubs it in. They confirmed that Trump is, quote, the ultimate decider on any clemency-related actions, meaning the door was technically open the entire time. He could have done it. He chose not to. Whatever you think about the politics of presidential pardons, there's something almost cinematic about this particular power dynamic. A man who used to call Trump a friend, who ran in his circles before politics ever entered the picture, now sitting in prison, watching from behind bars as the president plays with his hopes in public, on the record, without ever fully committing either way. Diddy's release date stands. February 2028. Unless something changes between now and then, that's the number he's counting down.